Hey y'all, it's me. I know this is a weird time for a channel update video, or one where I just kind of randomly talk for a minute, but the last little bit I've had some things on my mind that I really kind of want to put out there and share with you guys and let you guys in on. The very first thing is that the channel's only been going for 8 months and I have almost 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind blowing in the best way. And I am so grateful you're here, especially with the last couple of months where I feel like I've been a little bit inconsistent in my posting schedule, which is really the bulk of what I'm wanting to address right now. Um, without divulging things about me that I don't feel like are for public consumption, I am an adult with a real life that sometimes gets a lot busier than I expect it to. And admitting this is really hard. Um, I am someone who does not take it lightly when people have faith in me. I do not take lightly when I say I'm going to do something. I want to be someone, I pride myself on being someone who is dependable, who will show up on time with what I said I was going to bring to the party, um, and be there until, I get kicked out. I am someone who takes very seriously when I make a commitment, especially so because some of you are actually paying me for my commitments. That's not the hard part of this. That's the part that it's like leading up to the hard part. The hard part for me to admit and own up to and really face square on is that I have a really hard time being as gentle and as gracious with myself as I often encourage other people to be. Um, pardon me. The cycling back to what I said at the very first of this, I'm an adult with a life that sometimes gets a little more out of hand than I expect. I'm somebody who likes to have a full schedule, and I enjoy kind of being busy. You can ask any of my friends, any of my family about that. That's how I've always been. And summers are a time when I can historically be more busy. I have a little more freedom in my summer just due to the way my other real life commitments shake out. And I had a lot of things on my calendar for this summer. I took a couple of wonderful vacations that I'd been looking forward to for a very long time. And I loved those vacations, and they were very much needed. I did come back from one of them. Well, let me back that up. I was able to set up beforehand for one of them, so you guys didn't even know I was gone, unless there were a few of you who did know in my Discord. You guys knew because I'd said something about it, but everyone else, as far as I know, had no clue that I was on vacation. Hang on, I need to take a drink of water. I did come back from that vacation, unfortunately, with COVID, and I'd already had the second vacation planned. Um, and I had a schedule worked out where I could do the same thing again, where if I got ahead and did so many of the audios from the time I got back until the time I left for vacation 2.0, I was going to be able to get stuff scheduled and queued where you guys would have no interruption of content. Unfortunately, as I said, I came home with COVID, and that was rough. I'm better now, which is great. But it ate up all of my energy and all of the time that I had set aside to to get everything ready. It ate all my prep time, which was unfortunate. But I kind of hoped that you guys would be a little understanding, and everybody was. Everybody has been, and I've been so grateful for that. I felt bad about doing it. I did set all that aside and enjoy my vacation, I promise. But I felt like I wasn't fulfilling my commitment to all of you, and that was hard. But I was like, okay, I'm essentially just taking a week off. With the way that the dates that I'm taking off shake out, I can get right back in the saddle. I flew back home on Monday night, which would have given me, I could have, stayed up extra late and gotten the prep work done and had the audio ready for the Tuesday drop. But my flight was delayed, and I live a decent drive, about 3 hours from the airport where I was flying into. It's cheaper to drive in and then to leave my car than it is to go ahead and pay for the ticket from the regional airport. But anyway, my flight got delayed, so I wasn't going to get home. I was already going to get home fairly small hours, and then it was probably going to be after sunrise, so I just didn't drive in. Drove in early the next morning, and then some actual work stuff, some actual work commitments from my actual job. Not that this isn't a job that I don't appreciate, but the other one, the one that actually pays me. Well, this pays me, but anyway, I'm rambling. From my 9 to 5. There, that's better. Some stuff from my 9 to 5 very unexpectedly dropped in my lap and took up a lot more of my time and energy than I thought it would. I thought I'd just be able to hit the ground running and get right back into it. And all week, my 9 to 5 has been kind of slamming me harder, along with a couple of other real life things than I thought it would. Which means I've now taken off an additional day from what I'd planned, and I'm behind on what I even tried to modify with the schedule with earlier in the week, a couple of days ago. The point of all this, and if you've listened this far, thank you. I ramble. This is me at my complete raw and everything else. I'm not even going to edit anything out of this, guys. I'm not even kidding. I have a really hard time giving myself the grace to believe that taking these few days is okay. I'm not a large channel, but every one of you matters to me. Meeting your expectations matters to me. Telling the story I want to tell matters to me. Putting out good quality work that I'm proud of, that you enjoy listening to, and that scratches that brain itch matters to me. This channel matters to me immensely. Your patronage, whether it's just the subscribe button or whether you're actually a patron on my Patreon, matters to me. And I don't want any of you to think that I am taking that lightly. I am still human. And that's hard. That's very hard for me. I'm somebody who I have been told that one of my big flaws is I will set myself on fire to keep other people warm. That's kind of what I've done this week, is I've unintentionally set myself on fire trying to meet this deadline that is self-imposed, but that I know is part of the expectation. And I'm now eviscerating myself and kind of ripping myself up one side and down the other internally for having to say, no, I can't even do 2 this week. It just has to be the one, and it has to be the one for Saturday. That's a hard admission for me, especially when there are other channels where they do once a week ever, period, and that's it. Or there are a couple of channels I know of who are very upfront and very blatant about, I post when I get time, and that's valid. I'm not saying that neither of those approaches are valid. Where I'm saying I'm having a hard time is I can't give myself the grace for me to go, couldn't do it this week. Sorry, y'all. But that's where I am. There is an audio for Saturday. For those of you who are not on my Patreon, there is an audio for Friday. For those of you who are on my Patreon, it is the promised Camden sleep aid. The script is done. The background is done. I'll be recording it tonight, throwing it together, editing it, getting it up and ready for Patreon. Because I have plans on Saturday with some very dear friends that cannot be moved, that I committed to 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And trying to get 2 audios out in 2 days right now with everything else going on in my life is honestly just too much. And I need to give myself the grace to say that, but I also wanted to be open with all of you that that's what's happened the last few weeks. And I really am sorry if any of you feel, I don't want to say cheated, but if you do, or if you feel like your expectations haven't been met, all I can do is say I'm sorry, and that my life actually does slow down again. Starting next week, my 9 to 5 will be back in a regular, maintainable, manageable schedule where things shouldn't be surprising me like they did this week. And I've used up all my vacation time before holiday season. And that's what happened here too, was this is the first time I've been running a channel during summer. I meant to say that earlier. I like to go and do, and normally with my summer schedule, that's totally possible. I did not plan ahead enough for this channel being part of my summer so that none of you felt the impact of my life plans for me. But yeah, it's going to get more stable again from here on out. And all I can do is apologize for how inconsistent the last couple of months might have felt. And thank those of you who have stuck around. So, with that said, and all of this rambling done, I'm going to say thank you to all of you. And that I will have a video for you on Saturday. And then back to Wednesdays and Saturdays thereafter. Oh, and one more thing. I'd said goodbye and I had to delete that and then do this because I forgot. I was really blessed a few months ago to have a friend look at the channel and give me some advice. And this friend is very knowledgeable in the ASMR YouTube community. And I got some wonderful advice from this friend. One of the things they said to me, which is totally accurate, is that a lot of the icons felt inconsistent aesthetically across the channel. It's a fair cop. They were made by 2 different people. So I talked with both of the artists. I talked with my friend. I thought through a lot of things, and the decision that was ultimately reached is that Jen, who made the channel icon, the watermark, the banner, she did Darcy and Hope, and then she did all of the wielders and Theo. Jen is going to be the sole artist going forward, and she's going to make new icons for all of the characters Rebel had made icons for, and in no particular order, those are, God, can I remember them all offhand? Len, Loxley, Abigail. I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting? Or maybe that's it. I think, those may be the only 3. Len, Loxley, and Abigail, and then Jen will also be sort of revamping the Hope and Darcy icons just to bring them up aesthetically to the same level of intricacy as the Theo and Wielder icons. And then Jen will be the sole artist going forward. I do have Len's new icon. It is amazing. I teased it on my Patreon and in my Discord. It looks so good, y'all. I'm really excited. That will debut with Len's next video. I don't know when that is yet. I need to sit down and make my August calendar. That's how busy I've been and kind of how much I've been meeting myself coming and going. When Len's new icon debuts, the old one will be retired from the channel and from the Discord, but it will still be available on the merch, which I have a Teespring. The link is in the description. So if you want that, that's awesome. It will still be there for you. It just won't be on the channel anymore. There is no set schedule for when the icons will be rolling out. It's just as Jen's going to have time to get them done because she's doing this on the side for me, apart from her 9 to 5. And there are 2 new girls. That's the other thing. There are 2 new girls I have icons for that I'm very excited to unroll parts of their stories. Little hint, one of them is a girl that you've heard mentioned a couple of times in one of the storylines, and the other one is completely new and will be a particular type of character that I've been led to believe is fairly popular in the ASMR spaces. I'll just say one word here, yandere. But with that, I am actually going to say goodbye and close this out and then get this posted for you guys. And I will see all of you on Saturday with a video for Cam. Bye, guys.